was going to give actual like tips, not the grocery store with romantic aisles, but that's the way you want to.
Do you want to give me tips? What's a romantic tip?
Why does it have to be? I did not say romantic tips. I said tips, like a date. Like I said, it doesn't have to be dinner and dancing. So how horrible do you think it would be to try to start dating now, like in today's versus when we were younger?
I would not.
It's sad. It's sad. Because I think about how when we were kids, like our relationships were so fundamentally built on that in-person social value. Like there was the importance of having those face-to-face conversations, confrontations, like all of it. Like it was so important to look somebody else in the eye, hear what they have to say, and you respond. Like I feel like that has disappeared from culture. And I can't imagine all these kids that have been growing up like with their faces stuck in an iPad or staring at a TV screen or playing video games all day long, that they have the social skills to go out and actually, I mean, you could find somebody attractive, right? Like they're going to catch your attention. But I don't know, working amongst middle schoolers and watching how they think what dating is, I mean, I guess not a lot has changed. Like I remember kids getting like over like holding hands and stuff. Like if like there was a couple that coupled off in middle school or junior high or whatever. Yeah, there was like that. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Like they're holding hands. Now it's like and I've seen this happen multiple times, and I don't know if it's just the school that I'm at, but if a kid like puts his arm around, side hugs his girl that he likes, the population, like the kids that are surrounding them, like erupt. And you're like, is this what it's really come to? Like affection is not something that they see, so they have to get that excited over it. And then I'm like, well, is it just kids being kids? I don't know. Like, I feel bad for them. Like, I just feel like it's sad. What are your thoughts?
On the youth side of things, or like for adults?
Whichever, whatever you want to cover. I don't know. You get to get into the adult route if you want to go there.
I think for the kids stuff, I don't see it as much as you do, but I think it's pathetic that they hide behind the screens and they can say whatever they want behind the screens. They've got their TikToks and their Snapchats with the disappearing messages. They don't have to like confront anything, but I hate social media. It's so pathetic that this is what they do now. This is like how they run things. So
it was so cool at first, remember?
But it's turned into like a false identity, or like I have 5,000 friends, and I was like, no one cares. And the dopamine hit that they get for like bullying someone, saying something mean, it's just, it is what it is. Kids will be kids. I get that. Like we all did something of that form at some point in some time. Some people still do. But the thing that I look at that kind of bothers me is like they have no fear in courting someone.
No fear.
Like if you think about it, if I wanted to talk to you and take in mind we are in our late teens, early 20s, I would still have to call your house phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you don't know who's going to pick up.
This is true.
So in your head, you're like, all right, if the dad answers, I'm going to sit this way. Hello, sir. This is so-and-so. They would like to speak with your daughter. And if you ask me any questions, don't squeal. Just be calm, take a breath. If the mom answers, you say, it's lovely to speak with you. How's your day going? Oh. And then like if the sister talks, she's just going to talk shit. So be nice. And then if the younger brother, like you had to go through you had like 5 different scripts. And then if you got to the person you want to talk to and they didn't know that you were calling because you were talking to them and you're like, hey, I'd call you around 5 o'clock. And it's like, please God, you're the one that answers it. And then someone's listening on the other side of the phone. In the back of your head, you knew that there was someone else that's secretly picking up that line and they're listening. So it was never a private conversation. These kids now think they have privacy and that they are entitled to it. I was like, you're 10, you're 12, shut up. No. But I think
the phone etiquette is important.
The phone etiquette, but then like if you come to pick up my daughter on a date, assume you're going to be here 15 minutes early in general, and then add 15 minutes to that because you and I are just going to talk. I just want to know, what's your name? If you can't tell me that in case there's an emergency, what is your phone number? Where do you live? What room is yours in the house? But it's little things. And like I brought it up with the girls when they're like, oh, I want to be a babysitter. I was like, well, baby's choking. What do? Okay, what phone number are you going to call? All right. If you need to get out of the house and there's a fire, which way are you going to go? No, because I'm going to ask the kid that's trying to date my daughter the same exact thing.
If she's choking, what do you do?
Yeah, that's where you're going to put your hands. Oh, you're going to touch her.
Oh,
You're not going to ask someone for help. It's like, do you know how to change a spare tire? You're stranded on the side of the road. No, I'll triple A. Get your ex out of the car. Like I will show him. That's why you're coming 30 minutes early to my house. How to change your tire. I don't care if it's wrong. But there is an etiquette and there's some form of respect. You know, I've spent the last however many years raising this child. The least I could do is figure out who the heck you are.
That's so interested in my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell the girls this all the time. If someone wants to date you, they need to date me.
Sure.
And I think that's only fair because if someone's going to be interested in you and say it works, I want to know who this person is as well because I want to be excited as well for you.
That's fair.
Like, I don't want someone wasting your time that is only going to hurt you or take away from your experience that you could have with the right person.
That's true.
But
I want to go back to something though.
Yeah.
With the social media and catfishing. Because that has proved to be very entertaining. To prove the point of seeing people in person, having conversations, learning to build a relationship with somebody that you see face to face, and everyone being aware of their reputation and knowing who they are. To be able to use technology and social media to catfish blows my mind.
the fact that they have shows based on, I do it for a living.
Right.
I've literally done it in my own work.
Fished women.
I've catfished people.
I'm just saying, be careful with that.
But I can't imagine dating now. And this is where like I think a lot of affairs occur in the workplace. And the guys that are doing the affairs that are on like the dating apps, like not to give them credit, I don't want to make it sound bad, but guys that are going out on dating apps to have an affair on their spouse,
Crazy.
it blows me away. But then you're like, dude, you got some also because so many people are gonna see that.
It's like anybody. I mean, don't assume that every woman's, like married woman's friends is married.
Yeah.
They're single too.
Oh no, but the thing is that blows me away. It's just like you see, because you brought up that there is something to say about a one-on-one talking face-to-face conversation
Mhm.
compared to behind a screen. It's like, I dismiss you, swipe left or right. I don't know which way to go, but like left or right or whatever. And there's something to say that you're controlling that. But when you're in front of someone, you have to be somewhat authentic. You have to be somewhat vulnerable. That's why I think more affairs, or not even affairs, I think more relationships, I would say, because there's some marriages that come from that, right?
Right.
From that workplace, whatever your career field is. You could see why, because you already have that intimacy of having I wouldn't call it intimacy, but other people do, but it's called conversations that people don't know how to have. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is exciting.
Commonalities,
Yeah.
right?
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we work at the same place. We have the same boss. We have something to talk about. Where if you're online, you're like, hey, what are you doing?
You know what I mean? Like,
That's where I think a lot of affairs come from,
right.
because they found commonality. And if there's a distance between the spouses,
Yes. And I
it's
think,
easy to, oh, I can relate.
and I'm not trying to like point out your career specifically, but I think that the majority of the ones that do happen in your career is because of that. Like there's, but even like some of the trauma bonding.
I saw on the nursing side of things
Nursing.
when I was working on hospitals. The firefighter side that was just a whole different thing.
Yeah. But I mean, like I've had some women that you work with tell me like that they know you better than I know you.
I thought that was the funniest thing.
I don't know. I was more like, wow, that they believe that.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and that's what I mean. Like, that's to give testament to what you're saying,
Yeah.
because it's not just like a bonding necessarily or having commonality with somebody. It's some people take that because they don't have it on another level. They don't have it in their life besides their workplace. So that becomes their whole life.
Yeah. I think now, of us being in the dating world, I wouldn't. I like, not that you're like, oh, if I passed away or something like that, you would date again. I was like, I honestly don't like. I don't have the energy to do it. I don't like. Good.
There is I don't know.
Like, I'm sorry. I've spent 20 years of my life investing my life into you. I don't have the energy that I did when I was in my late teens, early 20s to put into that. I was broke as hell trying to come up with creative ways that you thought was cute. If I was to do that now with someone in their 40s,
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
like, yeah,
Let's take a private jet up to France, or let's go on this extravagant excursion on a cruise line.
hey,
You know what I mean?
what's the wedding ring? Like, how much are you supposed to spend on it? Like, they said, like,
Oh, is it 3 months of your salary?
yeah,
Like,
is it? So,
something like that?
3 months of my salary. The time we got married, 3 months of my salary was $1,700.
Well, we were young. To
But
be
the
fair,
thing is,
you were
I will
sitting
take.
waiting.
Do you think I could go spend $1,700 to get engaged right now without getting like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But and that's the other thing. It's just like I'm good. Like I don't need the. I don't have the time. I can't take you to a park and set up candles and go get takeout from somewhere and make it a romantic dinner because they're gonna want to actually go out to a romantic dinner.
Or a very expensive dinner. I could think
Because
of quite a few places that are like $100 a piece minimum. And you
it's a
can go
cheap
to. Yeah, that's what that's what I'm saying.
like what's the new steakhouse down in San Clemente? You're like, oh, expect to like 500 on average. I'm like, "Huh, I don't have that money.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, some people are like, oh, it's all about the experience. And it's like, sure. I also want to experience the feeling of safety and emotional health on the up and up by not spending that much money on a dinner.
If I was in a situation where we were like completely debt free
Mhm.
and we were in a position where we could go to these nice like things for restaurants or whatever, and I could date you at that restaurant, that would be a great experience. Like, don't get me wrong, I read that one book, Unreasonable
It makes
Hospitality.
me feel uncomfortable.
But, like, I read that one book, Unreasonable Hospitality, and it's like they're talking about like 2-star Michelin restaurants and like high end dinners, and it's like a full experience. And I'm like, okay, on average, you're up in the few thousands for some of these meals, depending on who you go with. And I'm just like, I literally cringe when we have to take all four of us out. I'm like, I'm good. I got water. I got water. It's like my team
No, I
on
get it.
Fridays
Like,
goes and gets breakfast, and I'm like, $20 for just me. That's a $5 coffee. Two of those coffees, I could go buy a bag.
and I mean, I get it. Like you said, if you took finances off the table, took that out of the equation, and like going to a place like that to quote unquote date somebody, like even if you were financially in a place to be able to do that, I feel like society is like somewhat shifted in the sense like, and I don't know that if it's necessarily region. I mean, maybe it is. It's like maybe region specific, right? That you're going out and having this.
Like if we're living in SoCal, like think about it. We could go to LA, San Diego, we go to Big Bear, we could go, if we want, we could go to Mexico. I mean, there's so many different ways. We are very spoiled in what we have available to us.
I think about Morgan. There, that's what I'm saying. I feel like to spend that kind of like that kind of money now for dating, it's region specific. I feel like that would be the expectation here.
Think about it. Like
I don't know
I
that it
would
would
love
be
to
that.
take you out on dates more often. Like, right? We've talked about this. Like, we don't date enough. Also, we're in a different time in our lives
Yes.
where priorities are a little bit different, and we only have so long with. We lost the littles. We have the preteens, and we're going into tweens.
We didn't lose them. They're still with us, but they're just different.
But I mean, think about it. Like you brought up, like the older one has most 6 years.
Yep.
The little one has what, most 8 years, and that's if they don't stay with us or something like that. But it's
If they leave for college or not.
but I mean, we're not going to have the same type of responsibilities. Set. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not paying for your meals. You can get a job. I had to. You had to.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, though. Like there would be more time for you and I to date at that point in our lives.
Yes.
But looking at it now, I'm not going to get that time with the four of us at the table in this age group ever again. So I might.
Like we invested in this past Thanksgiving and having that experience.
That was cool. I actually really like.
I thought it was good. Like we spent money on a restaurant that was higher scale. We knew we were going to spend a chunk of change going, but we decided to do it to have that experience, to let our girls experience that. And I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, to just like casually date people
And do that. What's your expectation? So what's the standard then?
I feel like we've seen, and I'm not going to name names, but like people in close relationship to us, and I mean like when I say close relationship, like possibly blood related, and in their dating world, that was the expectation. And those people are younger than us.
Yeah.
And that expectation was like, no, we go to these fine restaurants and all of these like
Dude, my team went to Javier's for lunch. I didn't order a damn thing.
when
I
did you guys go to Javier?
They were at the Irvine Spectrum for something, and I forget what it was. They're like,
Like
"Oh,
recent?
last year,"
Oh,
and I was just
no.
like, I've never been in. It was lunch. There was no one in there. We were like the first people in there, but I felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, and no one needs to know our financial situation at
Yeah.
work or whatnot. The
I think
thing
it's
was,
obvious now.
but the thing was, I felt guilty for being there without you. Like, oh, this is a nice restaurant. I don't want to experience it without you.
See, and I think that would be how I would feel too.
But at the same
Honestly.
time, I was looking at how much the prices were for a lunch menu, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drop like $50. Well, look at the last one, the birthday lunch we went out. It was $42 a person for lunch. And I was like,
You didn't partake in.
oh, and I'm
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, why aren't you? I was like, dude, I don't.
Well, it's not.
It's not that like, oh, you don't have it. It's just like, I don't have the free money to just
Mhm.
throw wherever. And it goes back to like, if I was dating, you're spending more money to impress someone.
Mhm.
No one's gonna just want to like, oh, Netflix and chill. I was like, bro, that's after how many like nice dates you've gone on, how many ways you
Like, okay, so then let's think about that. How many nice dates do you think those impressive dates need to happen before he or she feels that that is the norm and that that's the expectation then set in that relationship?
I don't know, because some people are just going to date to just get down.
That's what I mean. So why take them to a place where you're going to spend that kind of money?
But that's the thing. That's why, like, what are you here for? Oh, okay, depends on the site, because you're not going out and meeting people anymore. Where do you go out to meet people? So this is, I'm also freaking. Oh, if a woman was smart and wants to date a man that
Mhm.
possibly has money,
Mhm.
you're going to go to a nicer car dealership and see him walking in, or you're going to go to Bass Pro Shop, or you're going to go to areas where guys will spend money. Go to like a sporting event. No. But because if I was to go hunt for a woman that I know that has more of the same values, I'm going to go to Target and Costco because we're already shopping in the same place.
Okay, but hold on a second. I want to point something out. If a guy is making good money, you're not, I mean, sure, he potentially could be car shopping at that point in time, but I would not say that the expectation is show up at a car dealership or
Saying show up at go to Home Depot. Find a guy that knows how to like do something with his hands.
okay, that's like a
It's
different,
across the street from a nice car dealership that I'm thinking
that's
of.
particular to a type.
Yes.
So I'm saying that there are some girls, if their expectation is this fine dining all of the time and spending that kind of money all the time, they're going to have to like go into a major business, go all the way to the top
I get it.
floor to meet that CEO. Like that's because he's not leaving his workplace and he's having everybody else run his errands.
So, but then it goes back to this, and you see it all over social media, right? You see like a day in the life of a blue collar wife. All right. You don't know when I'm going to come home.
No.
Like most times, we have a schedule if I'm able to follow it.
Yeah.
Last few nights, I've been out every night at 1 a.m. I got to leave and then come back. And it's just like, all right. But then you see, like, oh, I get up and make my husband lunch. I was like, I don't want you to I want you to sleep. I feel bad. My alarm clock goes off.
Our hours are just that we conflict in hours.
But it goes back to
So-
like if a woman's trying to date a blue collar guy versus a white collar guy versus it's hard to even say guy nowadays because most of these guys on like in the world are just so freaking immature and self-centered. They don't want to put in the effort to fix something, find a way to find a solution. There's like they're expecting everything to be handed. And that goes for the side of the women. If it's not give it to me, if I'm not popular, if I'm not like trending, tagging, whatever it is, I can't deal with it. I've invested too much energy into understanding you, and I still don't. I'm not gonna go jump into someone else.
That's wild. I don't get it. Like that thrill those people are seeking. I don't know. It's not.
Well, it's just because you don't have that. You're not. I would hope to say that you're not lacking something within our relationship.
Yeah.
but we are so all over the place that when we do get to date, it's like, what do we do now? Like literally, we went out to dinner on a date like
And you were
last
like
year.
mad.
I was like, what do we do? Like if I said, hey, pick a dinner date for us.
I did.
No, I'm saying right now, pick a dinner date for us. What are we gonna do while we're there?
Wait, at dinner or just for the date in general?
Or the date? What is the date?
I guess it could be whatever you want it to be, right?
Because here's the other thing. I could take you out to like a nice steak restaurant and then there's the line dancing next door, right? Are you going to line dance with me? Because if you say probably not,
No, I don't know.
but if you say probably not, or maybe, and I happen to go out on the dance floor and you're like, I can't do this, and some other chick comes in,
Oh, I know. That's
and then there's the whole freaking night. It's just,
what do you mean? Like that's why you can make your date whatever you want it to be.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be dinner and dancing. It could be whatever you want it to
That's
be.
I take you on dates. We're going to go on a date later tonight.
To
We're going to go to Vons. I'm going to hold your hand
Mhm.
and go down a romantic aisle.
Sure. So
There's going to be strawberries because the kids are going to eat all those. And then there's going to be another romantic aisle picking up toilet paper. And then look, I'm going to spend quality dime. That money is going to go to great use. I got to go get a rotisserie chicken. Just saying. You're welcome.
I was gonna give actual tips, not the grocery store with romantic aisles, but if that's the way you want to go.
Do you want to give me tips? All right. Give me what's a romantic tip?
Romantic. Why did they have to be? It can
You
be.
just said you were going to do that.
No, I did not say romantic tips. I said tips, like a date. Like I said, it doesn't
Okay, give
have
me
to be dinner and dancing, right? Because sure, sharing food is always good on a date. Yes. There are things to do. Like there are things that you and I have talked about, like, oh, we haven't done that. There's many places that we haven't visited. There are things that we have never done. You and I, we talked about this the other day. We've never been to K1 Speed together. We love, racing and like competing against each other. That would be something fun. Like going and like just going somewhere we've never been to before to have a different experience. Doesn't have to be food. It could be a freaking, this sounds boring, but like it could be like a museum. It could be just like something that's like, that's now available that maybe wasn't available to us when we were dating at the time. I don't know. I'm just saying there are options. It doesn't have to be the grocery aisle, but the romantic section.
I'm not dating. I'm sorry.
Well, you're still dating me.
I'm trying to date you.
Right.
You're not giving me any good tips.
Okay. Well, I don't know what those were then. I guess they were just talking points. We should stop there.